Hello everybody! Into a Dream has been progressing quite nicely for these past weeks, with roughly 1/4 of the whole length left to be developed. I fixed several bugs that people had found out on the alpha release, but I was glad to discover that performance was much better, as I still haven't spent much time messing with it. Critical bugs are largely non-existent, that is, bugs that prevent a player to move forward and need to restart. And most importantly, people have grown empathy with the characters, and were eager to figure out what would happen next. There were several main achievements these past weeks. First of all, level design. I finished 2 entire levels, including graphics, music composition, puzzles and dialogues, and you can see here a glimpse of one of them. As mentioned in the previous video, the game deals with dreams, and cover-up dreams that hide deeper, darker ones. And I have been working in some momentary transitions between them, like glitches. So far, I could get away with basically enabling and disabling certain game objects at certain times. But I needed something a little more complex for some of my final levels. So I started delving into Sprite Masks. Unity has an embedded Sprite Mask component that is very interesting, and you can make a lot of creative stuff with it. Basically, you assign a sprite to the Sprite Mask component, choose the alpha cutoff, and you're done. Every sprite renderer component has a visible inside or outside mask option. Depending on which of these options is chosen, the sprite is fully, partially, or non-rendered. After messing a lot with it, and even trying to create my own Sprite Mask shader to allow for alpha masking and other stuff, I decided to take advantage of the alpha cutoff feature and created a texture sprite by basically drawing diagonal lines with a highly feathered brush. With this texture as my sprite mask, I then created an animation that would increase and decrease the alpha cutoff over time. And I love the result for what I was looking for. I'm not going to show the effect in-game for spoiler purposes, but here is how the effect works. And now, force fields and ghosts. What do these have in common? Well, a distortion shader. I already had one that I found online and later modified, that was already working as fire and water foam in the game. I modified it further, messed a lot with the parameters, and ended up with the very cool effects for both a force field and for ghosts. I continued with music composition, and here is me with the initial recordings of one of the main themes of the game. lastly, besides all the story development and dialogues, which I'm not going to show, I completely refurbished the main menu. The image that I had before wasn't something I was very fond of, so I took an afternoon to learning about digital painting, and eventually did this one, which I really liked. Although it may not end up being the final one, I decided to place it anyway, and also took some more time to uniformize the UI. That is all for now. I hope to have the first beta version by October 2019. That is, having all the main story first draft complete and playable from start to finish. There will surely be a lot of bugs, and there are some extras that I want to implement throughout the game, and a huge amount of work still ahead. But things are going according to plan, and better than I initially expected. Thank you so much for all the support. Keep pressing the thumbs up, the notification bell, the subscribe button, and all of that. Have a fantastic week. Ciao!